Where am I? The moment she opened her eyes, a maid rushed forward in panic and cried, Miss. You're finally awake. I'll go call madam right away. And in that instant, Song Miao realized something unbelievable. She had transmigrated. Not only that, she had transmigrated into the body of a young lady from a wealthy family. For one glorious second, she thought her life was about to become perfect. A rich family, servants everywhere, no more exhausting work, no more corporate stress. Wasn't this the dream of every overworked modern girl? But before she could celebrate, reality hit her hard. The room quickly filled with crying voices. A beautiful girl was kneeling beside a noble woman, tears streaming down her face as she begged, Mother, please don't send sister away. The baby swapping incident had nothing to do with her. Why should she suffer for something she never did? The noble woman pulled the girl into her arms and said emotionally, My poor daughter. You suffered outside for 16 years, and yet you still care about the one who took your place. You are too kind. Song Miao froze. She had just arrived in this world and still didn't understand the situation. She had even been preparing to fake amnesia to buy herself some time. But now, seeing the mother and daughter crying in each other's arms, she decided to stay quiet and observe first. Then an old nanny stepped forward and spoke in a sharp, hateful tone. It was all because I failed to protect the young miss at the ruined temple back then, and that peasant woman's plan succeeded. Now that the real daughter of the Song family has finally been found, how can we let such a low-born, shameless girl continue to stay by her side? The low-born, shameless girl she was talking about was Song Miao. The real daughter, Song Jiao, quickly shook her head and said softly, This isn't her fault. I'm fine. I'm not suffering. This has nothing to do with Song Miao. Song Miao. The moment she heard that name, her blood ran cold. Song Miao, why did that sound so familiar? Then it hit her like lightning. This was the exact novel she had read the night before. And she hadn't transmigrated into the female lead. She had transmigrated into the villainous supporting character, the fake daughter who was— The nanny continued, Madam, just send her away. At least give her some silver so she can survive without worrying. Song Miao glanced at the old woman and sneered inwardly. So this nanny had once taken care of the original host, but now that the true daughter had returned, her attitude had flipped faster than a page turning in the wind. How ridiculous. Still, Song Miao wasn't interested in fighting for love or status. In her previous life, she had been an orphan anyway. She knew better than anyone that relying on others was pointless. So she calmly accepted it. She looked at the noble woman and the girl beside her, then said, You can send me away. You can go back to being the Song family's young lady. As for me, I'll return to the Chi family. Then she lowered her eyes and added, Thank you for raising me all these years. Since I'm not the true daughter of the Song family, I won't fight for anything. Her words shocked everyone in the room. No crying. No begging. No drama. She simply accepted her fate. The old nanny quickly stepped forward and said she would prepare a carriage. A while later, she returned with what she claimed was travel money from Madam. But when Song Miao secretly checked the bag, she almost laughed out loud. It wasn't money at all. It was a bag full of gravel. So this was how they wanted to play. The nanny smiled coldly and said, Miss, please get in the carriage. Song Miao stepped onto the carriage without another word, but inside, she was already making plans. Fine. If the Song family wanted to throw her away, then she would leave. But she would never live the tragic life written for the original Song Miao. Never. The carriage journey was long and miserable. The old carriage creaked so badly it felt like it would fall apart at any moment. Song Miao sat inside, holding onto the wooden frame while silently cursing the Song family in her heart. After a long trip, the driver finally stopped. We've reached Peach Blossom Village, he said. The carriage can't go any further. You'll have to walk the rest of the way. Song Miao got down and looked around. So this was Peach Blossom Village. The place where the real Song family daughter had grown up, and the place where Song Miao's biological family lived. She followed the servant to a small, broken-down house. And the moment she saw it, she was stunned. This was supposed to be her home? The place was in terrible condition. The servant explained casually, Your father died of illness a few months ago. After that, a fire burned down the house. Only the main room was left. Song Miao's heart sank. This was far worse than she expected. And what made it worse was this, Song Jiao had known about the Chi family's condition, yet she had never cared enough to help. Just then, the door opened slightly, and there was a boy, older, protective, and full of hostility. Song Miao looked at them and understood immediately. These were her younger siblings from the Chi family. The girl was Nyo. The boy was A Wu. She took a step forward and said gently, I'm Chi Miao. I'm your sister. The Song family has sent me back. Whether you want it or not, I'm part of the Chi family now. Can you open the door first? We can talk slowly. But the children didn't welcome her. Inside, the little girl whispered, Brother, is she really our sister? A Wu's expression darkened. Yes, he said. But didn't she abandon us? We don't want her. We don't have a sister. If she keeps knocking, she'll get tired and leave. Song Miao heard every word. And honestly, she couldn't blame them. From their point of view, the original Song Miao had chosen wealth and comfort over her own family. Why would they trust her now? That night, Song Miao developed a fever. By the time she woke up, someone had already taken care of her. Miao shyly held out a bowl of herbal medicine and said, Auntie Zhou boiled this for you. She told you to drink it all. Song Miao stared at the little girl in surprise. So it was this child who had looked after her? After drinking the medicine, she gently asked, You're Miao, right? But before the little girl could answer, Awu immediately stood in front of her and snapped, You're not allowed to talk to my sister. Song Miao couldn't help smiling a little. This little boy was fierce, but his protectiveness was actually kind of sweet. So she changed tactics and said, All right then. If I can't talk to her, can I talk to you? Awu frowned. What do you want to say? Song Miao lowered her voice and answered honestly. I have nowhere else to go. So I came back. Awu didn't soften. We don't take in strangers here, he said coldly. A few days ago, you even drove us out of the Song family's house. Miao tugged at her brother's sleeve and said softly, Brother, sister is sick. Let's not chase her away. Awu was silent for a moment before finally saying, You can stay for now. But once you get better, you have to leave.